breakfast with pure Coys.
Yes, good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. It is still the weekend. Something to be happy about. How are we feeling after yesterday evening's game? Listen, I'm still absolutely gutted. Got to be honest. Absolutely gutted. I thought we did enough to get over the line and get that vital 3 points. But I don't know about you guys, but it feels like to me, whenever we make the slightest mistake, we always get punished. Doesn't matter what it is, whatever mistakes we make, we always get punished. I don't see it with any other teams. Maybe that's just my bias. Maybe it does, but it just feels like at the moment, certainly when you're down fighting at the bottom, anything we do wrong gets punished. And Kevin Danzo, who I thought was an absolute beast yesterday, I thought he was fantastic for 92 minutes until he made that one mistake, and that one mistake we get punished for. It is what it is. It's what happens when we're down near the bottom, when you're fighting, everything goes against you. And listen, it was a game that we could have won. It was a game that we probably should have won. But Brighton are a good side. Let's not take anything away from that. Brighton are a good side. They're the most informed team in the Premier League. We were the most out of form team in the Premier League. And we were minutes away from getting that vital victory. Listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, does it? We're still in the bottom three. We only got a point. And let's be honest, if Forest win today, which you'd expect them to beat Burnley at home. And then West Ham get a win at Palace tomorrow, which will be tough. But we all know Palace terrible after a European week. And they're out on the piss as well Thursday night. So listen, it's gonna be tough. And if West Ham win, we are 4 points away from safety, effectively 2 wins. I'm terrified. Not gonna lie, I'm terrified. Yesterday for me was a must-win game. However, we did it, and we just couldn't get over the line. Doesn't mean we can't go on and win the next game against Wolves. Doesn't mean we can't go on and win the game after that against Villa. You know, our away form isn't as bad as our home form. And even though Villa will be a tough game, they have Europe to think about as well. You just never know. Listen, it's not over until it's over, right? I'm going to remain confident. I'm going to remain positive, and I'm going to remain hopeful more than anything that Tottenham can stay in the Premier League. I saw something yesterday. I don't know what it was. I saw something that tells me it's not all over yet. Maybe the performance of Xavi in that number. Wow, he was playing off the left, wasn't he? Kind of. But I thought yesterday, for the most part, he was fantastic. Listen, he still gets knocked off the ball a bit easy at times. There's no doubt about that. Maybe looks for free kicks a bit too often. But listen, when he's on the ball, when he's got that ball in that sunny position, in between, just in and around the box to the left-hand side, and he cuts in. We all know what he's capable of, and he did it again yesterday. We need to see more of it. Love Xavi Simons' performance yesterday. I thought it was a big positive for Tottenham, and hopefully now he starts the rest of the games for the rest of the season. According to what De Zerbi said after the game, he did say he loved his performance, but he is a player that can get better, but he needs games. He needs a run of games. So hopefully now we see Xavi getting a run of games. Let's say hello to the chat. Guys, it is all about you. Let us know how you're feeling today. Like I say, I've woken up. I am still really low about yesterday's result, just because it just feels like a defeat. Really does. But like I say, 5 games now. 5 games for Spurs to pull themselves out of it. Jimmy's in. Jimmy says, big up and good morning, Nige, and the chat. Big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you're well, mate. He also says, I saw a chink of light and hope yesterday. Somehow need Burnley and Palace to do us a favour today and tomorrow. Yeah, massive Burnley fan today and a massive Palace fan tomorrow. I don't see Burnley getting in, but you never know. Forest have a few injuries, and listen, Burnley have nothing to play for. So, you know, who knows what would happen? It is football, right? It is football. And massive. Palace have to do us a favour tomorrow and beat West Ham. And suddenly, if Palace beat West Ham, suddenly it doesn't look so bad. We've caught up a point, right? Got to try and take the small positives out of yesterday. Like I say, guys, it does feel like a defeat, but we did get a vital point. We stopped the rot, and that's all we can take from it, I think. Colin's in. Big up Colin, says, I'm with you, Jimmy. Yeah, listen, I saw enough yesterday to make me think, okay, we're not dead yet. We're not dead. There's still time, but games are running out, and we need a victory somehow. But listen, I said, 12 points would be brilliant. 4 wins, that was a bit of a big ask, I think. But we've got 1 point closer to that. So listen, if we can get 10 points, so we can get 3 wins out of our last 5, big ask again, I know, then I think we're safe. Let's see what happens. Steve's in. Big up, Steve. Say good morning, Nige. Another sucker punch yesterday, but saw some fight. Yeah, it was devastating, wasn't it? Because Danzo's been so good for us. And if he just puts his foot through that ball, who knows? There was still 5 or 6 minutes to go, but I think we probably win that game. I feel for him because he's been really good this season. But like I say, we seem to get punished with every mistake we make at the moment. Colin said West Ham have some tough fixtures. It all depends on Palace and Burnley now. Yeah, both Forest and West Ham. None of us have easy fixtures, right? None of us have games that we are looking at and thinking on paper we'll win that because we're down in a relegation fight. And, no games are easy. So, listen, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a question of who handles the pressure most. And for me, again, like you guys, I saw some chinks of light. Bentancur back, doing what Bentancur does, nice and simple, getting the ball, winning the ball, giving it off. And yeah, I did agree. I think Sava said it last night on their show that maybe Polinia and Bentancur shouldn't play together. Maybe it should be Polinia or Bentancur because I liked that midfield yesterday, guys. Let me know what you thought about it. I liked it. I liked Bentancur playing in the 6. I liked them Basuma in the 8 and Gallagher more like a 10, more like just behind the foot. Kind of like that. I think it worked quite well. Um, Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see what we do going forward. Madison, is he going to be fit for the next game? Will we see a Xavi off the left and Madison in the 10? I think that's something to be excited about, those two playing together. Will we see that before the end of the season? Possibly. We'll see. Jimmy said, Colin, good morning. Hope your head's still okay this morning. Colin, were you on the beer last night? Were you on the beer? Colin says, celebrated Cardiff promotion. Of course, Cardiff went up, didn't they, yesterday? So fantastic for Cardiff back in the championship, right? Yeah, great news for Cardiff. They should be, a capital C should be at least in the championship. So fair play to Cardiff. Pete says, I can't even say good morning, mate. What a kick in the nuts it was for you guys. It is absolutely devastating. Absolutely devastating. But you know what? We've got to move on from it now. It's done. It's dusted. We got a point. We move on. Massive next game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, where we do have to win. We are getting to the point now where we have to win every game. We didn't win yesterday. We didn't quite get it over the line, but next week, is a must-win game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, especially if West Ham and Forest do their job and win over the next couple of days. Pete says, big up to Nigel chat. Big up to you, Pete. Massive game for you boys today. Arsenal, Man City. Are you guys going to get the result? Where is it? Is it a City? Or I think it's a City, isn't it? Am I right there? Massive game. It is a massive game. John's in. Morning, Nige. I am pleased how we played compared to previous games. Shows that Xavi's class coming through. Glad Bergvall got an assist. Yeah, listen. Again, as always, the youngsters getting stick. The midfield, as soon as it was changed, we went down. Well, listen, hey, it is what it is. That's the squad we got. But Bergvall got to take credit for creating that second goal, for his endeavour and stealing the ball off the Brighton defender for Xavi to curl it in. And listen, there is a bit of a drop down between, the midfielders and then Bergvall and Gray, but that's not on them. It is what it is. But morning to you, John. I hope you're well. Jimmy saying, good on you. Yes, absolutely. Golden Sun's in. 5 in a row. Please stop. I'm getting Listen, we've got it. We've got to win at least 3 in the next 5 now, Golden, haven't we? We've got to. We've got to. Um, or I think we are done. But let's see what happens. Rodney says, big up to all. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Rodney. Hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. And Ghosted is in too. Saying big up, nice. Big up, Ghosted. Oh, guys, how we feeling? How we feeling? Tottenham Logic, Alan's in. Big up, mate. Said, morning, nice, mate. I hope you're well. I expect Forest and West Ham to win, but we will catch them. It will be Forest who we catch. Mate, I've got to be honest, buddy. I think if Forest win today, I think they're clear of us. I can't see us clawing back 5 points. Listen, I could be wrong, but I think 5 points is a big ask. We have to hope Burnley gets something. And for me, it's all about catching West Ham. So we need Palace to win tomorrow night. But big up to you, Alan. Hope you're well, mate. Love the positivity. Can't quite share it with you. I'm not quite there. I'm not quite that positive yet. But listen, it's what we need to be, right? The players, they seem to be quite positive after the game that we can get out of it. The manager seems quite positive, so we will see. Razzle's in. Said morning, Nigel. Good morning to you, Razzle. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you're well. And Pete says, I definitely saw some hope there last night and some fight. I just hope that the 95th minute goal didn't knock it out of them. Oh, 95th minute. I knew as soon as the 8 minutes went up, I thought we are in trouble here. We're in trouble. Tottenham Logic says, I believe we will stay up. I saw fight, belief, and passion. We have a match winner in Xavi, and Madison is back too. Bentancur makes a huge difference in midfield. I agree. Listen, I agree with all of that. Hopefully, we can see Madison back next game, even if it's off the bench. It's just a real shame that Kudus is out for the rest of the season because it would have been amazing to see Kudus, Madison, Xavi all in the same team. Listen, we're probably not going to see it now. Oh, we're definitely not going to see it because Kudus is out for the rest of the season. That is now official. But hopefully we see Madison back. If not next game for the Villa game. But I'm confident. Listen, I don't think Madison's in the squad if he's not fit, right? He's got to be close to being fit, and you're only going to get match fit if you play games. So he needs to start some games. Let's see what happens. Colin says Bentancur was a massive plus. He was. I thought Bentancur was fantastic yesterday. He looked like he'd never been away. For a player that's been out so long, he just slotted back in, and I thought was really decent yesterday. So fair play to Bentancur. Andrew's in, said morning, Nige. Hope you're feeling better and enjoying time with your youngest. I am feeling better, mate. Thank you. Youngest is still in bed. Probably. I might have woke her up with my talking, but she is still in bed. But big up to you, Andrew. I hope you're well. Jimmy said that Xavi ran himself into the ground yesterday. Great assisting goal. Let's have more of the same. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I thought he was fantastic yesterday, Xavi Simons. Answered a lot of critics, a lot of people saying he shouldn't be inside. He's not good enough. He's not up to the Premier League. Well, I think yesterday he proved he is. What he needs is a run of games. Keep playing him. You know, he's a young player still. He's going to have good games. He's going to have bad games. But what he proved yesterday is that when he plays, we have a chance of winning. If Xavi Simons doesn't play yesterday, Brighton beat us 100% because we had nothing going forward apart from Simons. So he has to start for me from now on for the rest of the season. Fernie, big up Fernie, says you showed some fight yesterday. We did. We did, mate. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. I can't believe I'm talking about Tottenham in a relegation battle and looking likely to going down. But it is what it is. And your boys yesterday absolutely brushed walls aside in that first half. And listen, I'd love to have a bit of what Leeds have got now because they are fighting and they are 100% safe. There's no way Leeds are going down now. I know it's not mathematical, but it's just not going to happen. Daniela's in. Said it was a better performance by Spurs. I thought Brighton were poor and played into your hands with the crazy passing between the back four and your high line pressure, but you're still poor up front. I agree. We're still poor in the forward areas. You know, it's difficult. And this is why Xavi Simons has to start because I think he's going to be our main threat. But listen, you're right. I actually thought Brighton are a decent side and played decent football. Yeah, they did let us in. They were a bit sloppy at the back. And I saw Verbruggen, who I've been champion of Spurs getting next season if we stay up. And for what I'm saw of him, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I don't want him. I don't think he had a great game for Brighton in goal. So, Yeah, we will see. But big up to you, Daniela. Razzle said unbeaten in one now. Come on. That's the attitude. Unbeaten in one. That's what we like to hear. Pagey's in. Said morning, peeps. Morning, Pagey. I hope you're well. And the King of Ferrets is in. A point is better than none, but if Forest and Hammers win, this is a worthless point. Listen, I agree. A point is better than none. Listen, if Forest and Hammers win, it's still a point, right? But we needed to win. We needed to win really to put the pressure on Forest, put the pressure on West Ham. Now Forest and West Ham for me have a bit of a free hit this weekend. You know, I mean Forest you'd expect to win. They'd be disappointed if they don't today, but West Ham for me a bit of a free hit. If they can get a win, great. They're 4 clear. And then the pressure is really on Tottenham. We will see what happens. Cookie's in, saying it was a better performance yesterday, but I think we are gone. Unfortunately, the quality up front is not there. And we are where we are because of that. Listen, it's hard to disagree with the quality up front. We just haven't got it, have we? And this is why, like I say, Xavi Simons has to start because he is the one player we have in our squad that can open up defenses, that can unlock, moments, can do something out of the ordinary. Because let's be honest, yesterday, second half, we didn't really look like scoring until Xavi scored that goal. Moment of brilliance. That's what we need. And we have Xavi. He can do that. Hopefully Madison can come in and do that in the last couple of games as well. But it's going to be a tough ask. There's no doubt about that, Cookie. Tottenham Logic says when we predicted the last 6 games, and most of us said a draw against Brighton, so we are on course. Well, if you look at it like that, mate, if you look at it like that, like I say, it all depends how other teams do, though, now. John says Mawani and Tao are the worst players I've ever seen. Shocking players. Tao just jogged about and did nothing. Yeah, I was disappointed with Tao when he came on yesterday. And Mawani, I was saying at half time, I would hook him. He has done absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. He is a player with so much talent. But for me yesterday, really, really poor. Razzle said, agreed, John. And Cookie says, morning all, by the way. Good morning to you, Cookie. I hope you're well, mate. Guy from the lane, big up guy, says, why did he sub on Gray? Why? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, who did Gray come on for? Was it Gallagher or was it? I think Bergvall come on. I can't remember who Gray come on for, but listen, I guess he's getting minutes into players, right? It is what it is. I mean, listen, for me, we didn't lose the game because Gallagher and Bergvall come on. Sorry, Gallagher's could Gray and Bergvall come on. We lost the game, or we drew the game. We lost 3 points because of a defensive error from a usual steady defender in Danzo, sadly. So I don't put the blame on the youngsters. Listen, the youngsters won when we went 2-1 up as well. So it is what it is. Ghost is saying big up to Cookie. Tottenham Logic saying Leeds have to have the FA Cup, so do Chelsea. Villa and Forest playing in the semi of the Europa League, so we have a huge chance. We do. Listen, we do. Not looking at other teams, I agree with you, Alan, now, but we have to get some wins, right? We have to get some wins. And yesterday was a massive chance. I honestly think if we had won yesterday, just looking at a table they were showing during the game and seeing us out of the bottom 3, massive boost. I think we go on to become safe then. But right now, I'm majorly concerned. Razzle said, what was Jed Spence doing for the second goal? He was up front and made Bergvall have to get out of the position for the goal. Yeah, I agree. Did say when he got up that far, you got to get back now. And he just didn't get back quick enough. But listen, it is what it is. Just disappointing. All round. Tottenham Logic saying good morning to Cookie. Pete says, morning, Cookie, mate. I hope you're feeling a tad better today. As Stu said, be with the missus. If you've got health, friends, and love of your life, fuck the rest of it. I agree, Cookie. It is football. Football's football, mate, isn't it? At the end of the day. it is all a bit of a release from us, from general day-to-day life, bills, illness, whatever. And listen, Tottenham are adding stress. That's the problem. Spurs are adding extra stress onto us at the moment. Ghost is saying we were always killed by the same mistakes over and over. How many times has Porro not marked his man at the back post? Oh, ghosted. That first goal yesterday, we were doing the watch along and absolutely livid. You can see it a mile off. What the hell was Porro doing marking Danzo's man? A, you got to know who your winger is. You got to know Matoma's down. It's almost like I'm not going to go there because I'm just going to be safe in the middle here. Get to the back post, mark your man, and Danzo. Like I say, not going to get him too much because he's been fantastic this season. But he should be communicating with Porro. Porro, get your ass back there. This is my man. You get your man. It's basics. I played Saturday pub football and Sunday pub football, and I played fullback for a lot of it. And A, I'd know my man was at the back post, so that's roundabout where I'd stay. And B, if my centre half saw me in the centre half position, he'd be telling me to get and mark my man. But listen, it is what it is. We make mistakes all the time. These kind of goals we concede, I reckon at least 10 goals like this every season. And yesterday it killed us, absolutely killed us. Ghost is saying all round it was a good performance, but silly mistakes kill us as usual. And it was. Both the goals they scored came from defensive errors, in my opinion. Great first goal though from Matoma, absolutely brilliant strike. Again, like I said yesterday, if he has 10 of them, if he has 20 of them, he probably skies 18 of them. But great finish. Can't say more than that. It was a fantastic goal from Brighton, but he should have been marked. Tottenham Logic said, I'm a big fan of Tell, but his attitude was really bad last night. Gallagher shouting at him to press. He's just jogging about. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Tell. I don't think he'll be staying next season. I think that's for certain. I think he'll be one of the ones that leave if we stay up. If we go down, I think he will. I don't think he's suited for Championship football. I think he is sadly, maybe a bit of a luxury player, Tell. If he's not doing it going forward, he's just not doing it because he doesn't work hard enough for me. Pete says, at City, mate, I'll be watching, hiding. Oh, God. I mean, yeah, listen, I love you, Pete, to bits, but I really need a Man City win today. Really need a Man City just to pick up a bit of joy in what otherwise has been a pretty disastrous weekend as far as football goes. Even though we didn't lose, it does feel like a defeat. Razzle said Tao cannot play in a set formation position. He suits more a Maverick type of player who doesn't need to track back. You're absolutely bang on. He would be a brilliant Premier League player in the 90s when you got your likes of Ginolas and those kind. I'm not saying he's anywhere in the class of Ginola, by the way, but that kind of player would just float around, pick up the ball, do his thing. The problem is he's not that good, right? He's not that good. I just think he thinks he is, which is sad because he has got really good qualities, but he could be such a better player if he worked harder. If he had an attitude or mentality like a Harry Kane, I think Tell could be a top player, but he just hasn't got it for me. Golden says then bog off all the Spurs players, free delivery included. Daniela says, West Ham will be 4 points behind us. I know if West Ham win, this is the thing, isn't it, Daniela? Massive game for your boys at Palace. And like I say, it's a free hit. It's not a free hit, of course. But if West Ham win, that is pressure. That is pressure on Tottenham to do something then. And then we will really need victories to stay up. Sammy's in. Big up Sammy saying better performance. Gutted we couldn't hold on. Hope Palace win and we can beat Wolves next week. Absolutely. For me, I can't even look at the Wolves game until we know what's happened tomorrow night with Palace and West Ham. Yeah. Massive Palace fan tomorrow night. I'm never gonna be watching the game cheering on the side so much. Sorry, Daniela, but we absolutely have to have a Palace win tomorrow night. And what's the bet? And they turn up, roll over, have their bellies tickled. But we'll see. Two darn soulfuls in. Big up, mate. Says, morning, Nigel. I am usually a glass half full person, but something tells me that Lady Luck has checked out on us. It feels like that, mate, doesn't it? It really does feel like that. Feels like we're just not getting the luck at the moment. And we're running out of games. That's the problem, guys. Nearly 50 of you in the house. Please do me a favor. Please smash that like button. It is so important. Let's try and get up to 50 likes. If we can, if every single one of you hit that like button, we would be at 50 likes now. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Chasing down 2K, getting there ever so slowly, but any help would be much appreciated. Bagpuss is in. Big up, Bagpuss. And good day, mate. I was up at 2:30 a.m. to watching the game and thought most of the players much better. Moani and Tell the exceptions. Yeah, I agree, mate. Big up to you first for joining us. And listen, I thought on the whole, I thought Spurs were better. Were better. I still think Brighton had the better chances during the game, if I'm honest. But I thought Spurs were better. It's just a real kick in the teeth, isn't it? And it's sad that we have to play the likes of Moani and Tao, who, listen, Moani, for whatever reason, has got all the talent in the world, just doesn't seem to want to do it for Spurs. And Tao, like we've just said, a bit of a luxury player. And we can't carry players like that at the moment. We need fighters. And Tao, for me, isn't that. So but it's the way it is. We have that many injuries that we have to do this. Now Madison's back, maybe things will change a little bit. Ghost has said Madison Bentacle being back is a massive for us, in my opinion. I agree, mate. Absolutely agree. This could be the difference between staying up and going down, in my opinion. I really do think that, because suddenly we're going to hopefully look more dangerous going forward with Madison and Xavi in the team, if they play them both, which I think he should. It's going to be interesting to see what we do going forward. Razzle says, what's your stance on the refs? Is it because we are desperate that we are noticing all the small things? I don't blame the ref for our overall season. I think the standard of refereeing in the Premier League is not as good as what it has been. Definitely. But listen, I don't know. I think it just feels like everything goes against us at the moment, doesn't it? It really does. But I'm sure, and listen, we've heard it before, hear it every season. The teams at the bottom never get the decisions. It's always the teams at the top get the decisions. And when you're playing near the top of the league, or that top 6, 7, or 8, you don't believe it. You're like, oh, God, sour grapes, get over it. But actually, when you're in that bottom 3, when you're fighting, it does. It feels like every decision goes against you, or every big decision goes against you. Definitely. 3-star Reds, big up, mate. It says, as a Forest fan, over the top goal celebration from Simmons cost you. Exciting to score a goal like that takes you out of the bottom 3. Yes, but the game was not won and celebration resulted in 8 minutes extra time. You could well be right there. Listen, I didn't really notice it at the time. I was too busy celebrating. But on reflection, you look back at it and you think, yes, maybe scored it was such a good goal though. Scored a goal, quick celebration, get back to the centre back, get that, pointing your head. That's what they do, isn't it? Pointing their heads and go again. But yeah, listen, when 8 minutes come up, I'm like, oh no, that's just too long for Spurs. 4, 5 at a push, 8. No, I knew we were in trouble then. Guy from the lane says, also, all this bullshit about Polini's contract stuff and him not playing. Yeah, right, mate. Keep playing him. I love you, Guy. Uh, and he says, big up to all the chat, lads and lasses. Yes, big up to you, Guy. I hope you're well, buddy. Listen, I don't know. I can't work out the Polini thing. I can't work it out. I don't understand why he isn't starting. I think saying that, you know, Bentancur come back in was fantastic. So maybe just start Bentancur now. For me, I'd keep the same team as I can now. I wouldn't be chopping and changing it. Just keep that 11. Obviously, if Madison come back in, great. Keep that 11. Let's just keep playing it to the end of the season. Bit of continuity. But we'll probably change formation again for the Wolves game. Who knows? Chonky's in. Morning all. Morning, son. I hope you're well. Was at work and heard the goals on the radio. Fell to my knees after the Rutter goal. Well, that's not a good thing to do in work. But listen, mate, it was devastating. It really was. Absolutely devastating. But you saw it coming as soon as Danzo lost the ball. It's like, oh, we're in trouble. And we get punished for everything we do wrong at the moment. But it is what it is. Ghosted say, sorry, Daniela saying, Ghosted, don't think Matters is as fit as you all hope and want him to be. No, he's not. Listen, he's not going to be match fit, is he? He's not going to be match fit. But you definitely, you don't get match fit unless you play games. And I would say 60, 70% fit Madison is better than anything we have. I would rather a 60 or 70% Madison coming off the bench than a Tau, for instance. So listen, it's probably not going to matter, but just having him around, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the video go around before the game. Madison going around picking up a flag and waving it to the Tottenham fans, and you know, probably not a good thing to do when we're in a relegation fight. But you know what? He gets us. He gets us, and we get him. And when you've got players like that in your squad, then that is for me, that's a massive bonus. It is what it is. Pete says a weird stat. The last time a Spurs player, Richie, removed his shirt after going 2-1 up, it was against United, and that ended 2-2, and it was the same kind of celebration, right? Maybe we've got to learn from that, celebrating too quickly. And but it's not the first time. Teams do it, don't they? But it wasn't. Looking back, maybe it wasn't a good move. Sammy said Brighton were definitely not poor. I agree. I think Brighton are a very good side. I thought they played some very good football in that game, to be honest. Ghost has said, Daniela, he wouldn't be on the bench unless he was fit of some kind of level. We had other players available yesterday. Didn't need to be on the bench. I agree. Has to be nearly there. I think a lot of people watching this video that he puts out on his channel and seeing about his knees that was sore in the morning, and still, you got to remember this was like 6-8 weeks ago, that video. So I think there's no doubt he's ready to go now, and we will see. Hopefully, listen, touch wood, he doesn't come on it and injure himself again. But we need him. We desperately need him. And I'm being selfish. I'm thinking about Tottenham's survival right now. I'm not thinking about Madison's injury. If he can give us a couple of games, fantastic. Rod Ross is in. Big up, Rod. Said, morning. Still plenty of twists yet left in this relegation fight. I agree. There's still things. Listen, it was never going to be a case that we're going to win 3-4 games in a row and be safe. It's going to be a fight right to the end. And even if West Ham win tomorrow night, which they could, it's not over. We still got to keep fighting. It's looking bleak, but we've still got to keep fighting, guys. Paigey says, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to Nige and share on the socials. Yeah, absolutely. I really would appreciate it. Hit that like button. It is so easy to do. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. I really would appreciate it. Jimmy says, we got Underbelly 2 in Mawani. I don't want to see him again this season. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mawani. I think he's lazy. I think he gives the ball away. I think he gives silly fouls away. I think he spends more time on his ass than he does anything else. And it's really sad because he has so much talent. It's there, but it's just not performing. He really isn't. But listen, it is what it is. Trouble is, we haven't really got a lot of options out there on the right, have we? Unless we were to play a Richarlison there or a Xavi off the right and Richarlison on the left. I don't know what we can do. It's a tough one. I suppose we could also push either Porro or Spence up, play the other one at fullback. But there are options, but we will see what happens. Andrew said morning to Cookie, and Cookie said good morning back. Ghost said we definitely lost control of the game once Benton caught Basuma's fitness levels dropped. Yeah, definitely. Listen, there was a drop off. There's no doubt about that. Thought Basuma was pretty decent yesterday. As I've already said, I thought Bentancur was really, really classy. Good to see him back. And I thought Gallagher had one of his better games for Spurs as well. Was unlucky with when he closed the keeper down, that goal, that ball didn't fly into the net. But thought all three midfielders put in a shift yesterday. So I thought they were fantastic. Vindaloo's in, said morning, Nige. When are you guys going to actually win a football game? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I really don't. We carry on. We are still in 2026 without a win in the Premier League. But listen, it's got to come soon, surely, right? It's got to come soon. Paige said Leeds already Had a great campaign in the FA Cup. Beat Chelsea as a bonus, staying up main goal. Agreed. It'd be nice to see Leeds in the final. Leeds Southampton final. Wouldn't that be nice? I think it's unlikely, but you never know. Vindaloo and Pagey saying hello to each other. Daniela saying, Go Sid, I think you're missing the point. He was on the bench to give you. Don't really want a pop up to come up. Just I'm reading that. He was on the bench just to boost your fans. Just look at your reaction to he was never going to play yesterday. Read between the lines. Interesting. I'm not sure whether we would have wasted a place on the bench for Madison. Listen, maybe, who knows? You could be right, Daniel. He could have been picked just to give us that extra boost. And it nearly worked, right? I don't think he's far off being fit, though. We will see. Ghost is saying, Vindaloo, when are you actually going to win a trophy instead of talking about them all the time? Wow, drop the mic. Get in. Get in. When Buzz is in, say, I'm pretty sure Danzo wasn't fully fit at the end now. He had a knock, remember, just a couple of minutes before. He was clearly labouring, but we used all our subs by then. Yeah, I think we had a couple of players that were literally on their knees. Xavi Simons literally hobbled through the last 10 minutes. We were effectively playing with 10 men, certainly in injury time, because Xavi couldn't hardly run. And yeah, Danzo seemed to pick up a bit of an injury as well. But listen, again, doesn't take much to just swing your leg and get it out of touch. But listen, it is what it is. Thought Danzo was fantastic for the most part yesterday. I really do. Let's carry on through the chat. Kate Rixham's in. Big up, Kate. Says, good morning, nice. Disappointing again. A lack of concentration in defence again. Yeah, and it always seems to get punished, doesn't it? I don't know what it is. I don't know whether any other fans of any other teams that are in here get it. But it just feels like whenever you make a mistake at the back, we get punished. Every single time. We can't ever get away with it. And we didn't yesterday. Ghost is saying, Daniela, what boost does that give the fans? He's been near the lads most of the home games, even when injured. And we are more scared of him getting injured again than it being a boost. Yeah, quite possibly. Listen, it is a must-win game for Arsenal today, isn't it? Against Man City. If Man City win, you have got to be thinking, Vinders, that you could be about to blow the league. But if Arsenal win today, Arsenal win the league. It's pretty simple. It's done and dusted, right? But a City win, wow! This could be one of the biggest bottle jobs in the history of bottle jobs. But again, big if, big buts. We will see what happens. Too darn Sofa says, yeah, I played right back in pub size, and you only have to look behind you. Terrible for pro players. Agreed, mate. Absolutely agree. It's not difficult to do. You know, when you've been playing fullback that long, you know who your winger is because you're marking him most of the game. And to leave him like that is absolutely inexcusable. But it's what Poro does, right? This is not the first time he does it. Game in, game out. Sporting Journey's in. Big up, Stu. Says, morning, Nige, and good morning to the chat. And then he says, please remember to like the show and subscribe if you're new. Thank you. Yes. And if you haven't, get over to Sporting Journey and subscribe to Lee Statham TV. Much appreciated. Finn's in. Said, oh, Danzo, the one person I would have picked to deal with that situation for the second goal. You just can't make it up with Spurs, can you? I know it's absolutely devastating because, like I say, I love Danzo. Absolutely love him. And, you know, it wasn't even really that bad a mistake. It's almost like, it was a mistake, but I don't think I thought he could get away with a touch and then get it away, but it is what it is. We have to move on from it. Razzle said Tell equals a bad Adel Tarat. Yeah, I mean, Tarat was some player, wasn't he? But a very bad Adel Tarat. Marianne's in. So good morning, Nigel, and all in the chat. What a disappointment. Yeah, absolutely devastating, Marianne, isn't it? But listen, we've just got to go again. We've just got to go again and see what happens. You know, it is what it is. Daniela saying, Ghosted, just look at the fan base is saying, let's see if he plays against a relegated soft team like Wolves. If he does not play, then I don't see him playing for the rest of the season. Listen, we don't know, do we? Listen, none of us know. We're all speculating. He could have been brought in just to give the crowd a boost, the lads a boost, or he could actually be ready to play. I would suggest it's something in between, right? I would suggest he's absolutely, obviously not match fit yet, but he's not going to get match fit unless he's playing games. I would suggest he's ready to go, but maybe not quite ready to go, if that makes sense. I see him playing some part in the Wolverhampton Wanderers game, depending, of course, on how we do. If we go to Wolves and we're 2-0 down at half time, I see him being brought on. If we go to Wolves and we're 3 up after an hour, then there's no point in bringing him on, right? We might as well keep him now. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Let's keep it nice in the chat, guys. Let's keep it nice. Marianne saying good morning to the Sporting Journey. The Sporting Journey saying big up to Ghosted. And Paige is saying, Vinny, it's a shame the season Wolves are having. Bubbles and Forest are both going down. Would have been a dream. Let me see at least one go yet. Who do we want to go more? If it's not Spurs, which we hope is not, of course, who do we want to see go more? Do we want to see Forest go after their antics with, of course, Morgan Gibbs White? Or do we want to see West Ham go just because they're West Ham, right? I don't know. I think I prefer Forest to go, but we will see. Guys, let us know what you think. Vindaloo saying, it's bad enough running from them Sharks, but losing a 3-6 points, yeah, is a kick in the balls. But what can you do? That's life. Exactly, mate. It is. It is. At the end of the day, we all love it. It is just football. We still have to get up, go to work the next day. We still have to pay the bills, the mortgage, the rent, and the council bloody tax, the fucking council tax. What is all that about? Jesus, absolutely just ripping us off. Paul's in. Big up, Paul says, if we beat Wolves, I will go to the Leeds game. If not, I will be at the first game of the Championship. I wonder who we get in the first game of the Championship. And I bet you, guarantee you, we will be on live first game on that Friday night. Big up to you, Paul. Listen, hopefully we do beat Wolves and then you can go. And the Leeds game will be a bit of a free hit. Not a free hit. It's a massive game. But because Leeds are pretty much safe now, you'd say, maybe they won't be on it as much. That's my hope. That is my hope, Stu, to Sporting Journey, is that your boys are not really up for it by the time they play Spurs because they're on the beach. That's the only hope I have, really. Ghost is saying, big up to the Sporting Journey. So, guys, do we beat Wolves? Do we beat Wolves? We have to, right? But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Andrew said Mwani, Tau, and Solanke for F's sake. Yeah, I thought Solanke was a bit better yesterday, but he's still. It almost feels like an effort for him to run sometimes, doesn't it? He was apparently he's a good presser, but I didn't really see a lot of it yesterday. I thought it almost felt like, oh, I've got to run 10 yards. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about Solanke. He's another one that I think I'd be selling in the summer if we stay up. If we stay up. Loving the fact that you're talking to each other. Love that. Kate says, Nige, we got nothing on the bench, Joe. No, I think we had a better bench yesterday than what we've had for a long time with Madison on there, whether he was fit enough or not. With, obviously Richarlison was on there. Richarlison didn't even get on yesterday, which I would have thought he'd be absolutely livid about. But it is what it is. Daniela said, no problem. I get why you want Palace. Why you want a Palace win. I'd be the same if I was in your place. I think we win Monday. We have a great record on the Monday night games. Have you? Damn blast. I don't want to hear that, Daniela. I want to hear that you got a terrible record on the Monday night games and a terrible record at Palace. That's what I want to hear. But listen, it's a massive game. It's a massive game. And Spurs will have to hope that Palace do us a favour and get a victory. Ricky Villa TV's in said, Morning, I actually saw some passion yesterday, which made me happy. If we go down, I actually will get behind. I'll get my behind over to England and watch some games. Come on, you Spurs. Listen, again, it feels like the end of the world at the moment, right? But if we do go down, if it does happen, like I say, we've still got to get up and go to work, pay the mortgage. It is just football. And we will have the time of our life in the championship, hopefully. We will see some wins. We will see a whole new team. Hopefully, some of the good youngsters coming through. Um, it feels devastating at the moment. And like I've said before, when it happens, if it happens, there will be tears. Definitely my end. I felt it yesterday. I felt it yesterday when we were 2-1 up. I felt the emotion getting the better of me. I felt like oh God, this is it. We could be safe. This win could make us, put us in a good position. And then when that equaliser went in, I really did feel the emotion. Like, oh, this is realistic now. We could go down. Um, so there's no doubt there will be tears, but at the same time, listen, it's a new adventure, right? A new adventure with a new team. We'll see whether De Zerbi stays or not. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We will see what happens. Just going through some of the chat now. Guys, let me know what you think. Will Tottenham stay up? 5 games to go. Are we going to stay in the Premier League or are we on the way down? I don't know. Aussie Ange, always positive. Let's get his take. Good morning. A massive point. Mark my words. We are beating Wolves, Leeds, and Everton to survive in the final day. This relegation dogfight is going down to the wire. Up the Spurs. Listen, as much as sometimes when you comment, Ozzy, I'm like, man, whatever this person's on, I want some of it. I love that positivity. Is what we need. Is what we need. As Guy would say, the great Guy would say, you're on the Kool-Aid, mate. But I love it. I love the positivity. We need some of that because if we give up, why, what is the point? If we give up, what is the point? Kate saying good morning to Marianne. And Daniela said maybe Polina has said he's not staying. Maybe, or maybe Tottenham has said he's not staying. I don't know. Don't get why Polina doesn't start, but listen, it is what it is. I'm going to get behind whatever players are on the pitch now. That's all we can do. We can talk about Polina till we're blue in the face. I feel like we have all season, really. Why isn't Polina not starting? But it made me laugh. People say Polina, oh, terrible on the ball. Can't pass the ball. He's rubbish. All he does is tackle. Soon as Polinia come on last night, he picked the ball up and he pinged a 40-yard ball up front, straight to someone's foot. And I'm like, not bad for someone who can't pass the ball. I think the disdain on Polinia sometimes is laughable, to be honest. He is a Portuguese international midfielder. I think he's a top quality player. Um, but listen, what I do think he is a little bit slow sometimes. He's a little bit flat footed, a little bit on his heels, but I think he's a fantastic tackler. And I don't think he's as bad a passer as what people make out he is. And he scores goals. 4th Tottenham top goal scorer, I think, so far this season. Not bad, is it, for someone who can't pass and can't shoot? Ozzy Ange said we definitely would have won a few games out of these 15 since December if Ange was. Oh, you just ruined it, Ozzy. You've just ruined it, mate. What are you doing now? Rod Ross said, Aussie lad, you not beating us. Vindaloo saying Spurs are like inferiority. They keep banging the lettuce until the condensation's dripping from the ceiling, but not happening. Kind of get that. Um, oh, Aussie Ange, that comment now. You did so well until you mentioned a certain manager. Aussie Ange and Rod Ross, Wolves are confirmed down. Leeds are more unsafe. And trust me, Everton will have an. Listen, Everton could be fighting for Champions League, though. This is what we got to remember. Everton last game of the season is going to be tough because they are going to be fighting for Champions League football. The Sporting Journey says, please remember to show the love and subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button as well. Really would appreciate it. It does help the channel grow. Let's go through just balls up the chat. Let's go through the chat a little bit more. And Golden Sun said, I'd start Richie over Solanke. I'm in agreement with you there, Golden Sun. I'd start Richie instead of Solanke too. Marianne said, Lange, Vinay, Enoch, piss off 100%. The sooner they get out of our club, the better. Rod Ross then, love your confidence. See you last game. Of course, Rod Ross is an Everton fan. And listen, like I say, Everton are going to be challenging for the Champions League, I think. So it's going to be a tough game, that last game. What I will say is Spurs' record against Everton at Spurs is very good, even though our home form currently is terrible. Vindaloo saying, Enoch and Vinay in. Yeah, Aussie Angela, and we are getting to the famous 40-point mark. Mate, we are, what are we off it now? We're still quite a way off it, aren't we? 9 points off it. We need 3 wins. Let's see if we can get it. Vindaloo, in a bit. Take care, buddy. Take care and up the city today. Aussie Angela, Man City 4, Arsenal 1. Now that's a comment I can get behind. That's a comment I can get behind. Daniela saying, I get playing at 60%, 70% Madison if you're not in a relegation battle. But do you start to bring them on later in the game? It's for me, Daniela, it's who do we bring on? You know, we're in a relegation fight, right? And we're a goal down or we're 1-1. We need to make a substitution. And what have we got on the bench? We've got a Sarr, we've got a Bergval, or we've got a Madison. For me, you bring on a Madison because he is, even at that fitness, got a chance to open something up, a free kick, something, which I don't think the other ones give you, personally. As much as Bergval did a great interception yesterday for Xavi Simons' goal. But listen, we'll see what happens. Aussie Ange say we're beating Wolves 3-0. I'll take that all day long. Epec's in. Big up, mate. So 15 points to play for. Exactly. Still all to play for. 15 ways, effectively say 12, because we probably lose to Chelsea. But there's still points on the board to play for. We've just got to start getting some. And Daniela said, Merseyside derby also today. I didn't realise that. Is it? That's going to be a good game to watch. Some good football on today, guys. Some very good football on today. Machina Joe's in. Big up, buddy. Said Everton will have an off day. I don't think so. Is this off day you talk about in the room with us? Listen, Everton flying at the moment. They're playing really well. And I'm usually Tottenham Everton at home. I'm very confident. Last game of the season, if we have to win to stay up, that's not a game. That's not a team I want to be playing against. I have to win. But we'll see what happens. Ghost is saying Madders getting injured again could kill any morale the squad has. It could. We're at that point now, Ghost. We have to take a risk, right? But let's see what happens. Marcus is in. Send more than 9. Big up, Marcus. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you are well. Guys, if you haven't, please smash a like button. Really would appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button too. Aussie Anderson, 6 at 45 points from the last 15. Poor form yesterday. We were unlucky. And remember, on our day, we can beat anyone. And we beat Man City, Liverpool, Dortmund, Atletico in the last 18 months. We are staying up. Trouble is, Aussie, we are running out of games. We are running out of games. Ghost is saying, from watching his YouTube videos, I think he is fit enough. As he said himself, he'd be very careful this time with recovery. I agree. I don't think he'd rush himself back if he wasn't fit. Aussie saying, yesterday's result was actually a good result. Many predicted us to get beat 2 or 3-0. We should be proud of the result. I wouldn't go as far as say pride, but listen, I think a lot of people did predict we would lose. It just feels like a defeat. The fact we conceded in the 5th minute of injury time when we're 2-1 up. But here we are. Andrew Gregor saying, Enoch out, sell up, take your money and F off. Absolutely. Vindaloo doing what he always does, says bye, and half an hour later he's still here. Vindaloo saying, right, I am going. Big up, Vindaloo. Have a good one, buddy. Well, listen, we will no doubt see you later when Arsenal beat City, right? Aussie Ange says the next 5 games we are turning into world beaters. Well, we're going to have to. We're going to have to. I don't think so, but we're going to have to. Paul says a midfield 3 of Bentancur, Gallagher and Madison would storm the championship and De Zerbi will demand it, I reckon. Be interesting to see who stays, won't it? If we do go down, it will be interesting to see who stays. I think Madison stays. I really do. I think Madison stays for a season in the championship. And I think Bentancur might as well. You know what? Bentancur strikes me as a deserving player. And I think whether we stay up or go down, I think we might see Bentancur in that midfield three next season, which won't please a lot of people. But he does strike me as a deserving type of player. Let's go through. Rod Ross says, do we lose an ever present? That would mean only 5 left, lows to fight for. Exactly. There's a lot of games to play. There's a lot to fight for yet. We will see what happens. Johnny says, morning, Stu and Lee. Yep, good morning to Stu and Lee. Two of the real ones on YouTube. Kate says, Andrew Gregory, they are not going anywhere. They even said if we get relegated, we're stuck with them. We are. They have come out and said, haven't they, that they are here for the long term. I don't know. I don't know what we do with that, really. We've just got to hope then, if they're here for the long term, that they're going to put this team first, because it's just a comment that it's terrifying, isn't it? Terrifying. When they said that, you're just like, no way. If things couldn't get any worse, they come out with those comments. Ozzy Ann says, you never know for sure what football will bring. Remember, just 11 years ago, Leicester, who survived when everyone thought they was down, then the 15-16 won the title. Let's try to do that. Well, let's stay up first, and then we can think about the title next season, Ozzy. But listen, I love the positivity. It is what it is. Rod says, easy, Forest, horrible, two-faced bastards. Yeah, I agree with you there, mate. I agree with you there. Pete says, Nige, I think you need to see Arsenal crown champions. It'll help you. Trust me. Yeah. I know. No, I went through that in the 80s and 90s. I don't want to be going through it again. And the 2000s, of course. Arsenal won enough titles. Enough titles. Just give it a rest. Have another couple of seasons off. And then we'll go from there. The Sporting Journey says you will get Wolves or Burnley at home in the opening game in the Championship, but you have to keep the faith and stay up. If you stop believing, your players will stop believing. And this is where I am, Stu. For me, as much as the players don't know that whether I'm giving up or not, but I have to show front. I have to be positive. I have to believe that we're going to stay up. Because if I give up, then I can't then have a go at the players for not turning up if I'm not turning up. So I will turn up and I will believe every game we're going to win. And even if in my head I know we're not going to win, or I think we're going to lose, in my heart I've got to believe we're going to, because otherwise what's the point? Juicy Bear is in. Big up, Juicy Bear. Saying Leeds will dispose of Spurs quite easily. No, on the beach at all. Well, we will see. We will see. Again, probably not, mate. Leeds look like a side who are very much in for the fight every game. Pure hopium on my part. You know, you've got to take your positives from somewhere. And at the moment, that's what I'm going with. Leeds will be on the beach and that Spurs will beat them. But who knows? Pete says Wolves, for me, another hard draw. They will be up for the match like no other. The chance for them to get your scout will make their relegation taste slightly better, quite possibly. But you've got to remember, Wolves have lost their last 2, conceded 7 goals in them. You know, they've got a 7-0 aggregate last 2 games. So wouldn't it be typically Spursy if we turn up at their place and they beat us and scored for the first time in like 2 or 3 games? But we will see. Sporting Journey says you will beat Wolves. The play with freedom has ended for Wolves. Yeah, Wolves are done, aren't they? I think that game at West Ham, which they lost, you know, when they were in it at 0-0, and even when West Ham won, there was a bit of fight in the Wolves team. As soon as they went 2 down, it kind of disappeared. And listen, I didn't see the highlights or the game for Leeds yesterday, but I'd imagine that Leeds absolutely steamrolled them, and that Wolves weren't really in the game. I don't know, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if it's different. The Sporting Journey says, please remember to like the show and subscribe if you're new. It really does help Nigel's channel grow. Thank you. Yeah, please hit that subscribe button if you can, and hit that like button. It is so important, because it is difficult. It is difficult. We have 44 likes. If we can get up to 50 before I finish, that would be absolutely fantastic, guys. It really would. 50 likes would be brilliant. I am going to go for another couple of minutes, and then I'm going to send you over to the 2 Mark show. Pete saying hi to Stu. Daniela saying, play like yesterday, you beat Wolves, but if you defend like yesterday, they can hurt you. Absolutely bang on. Couldn't agree with you more there, Daniela. Paul said, if we go down, we will definitely get Lincoln away. After all their songs, yeah, quite possibly. Sammy says, I reckon you could go the last day. Listen, I think this could go either way. I think every week we're going to have a different game, a different win for a team, and someone's going to be dragged into it. Someone's going to be dragged out of it. I think this goes down to the wire. I really do. Ghost is saying, to stare, we'd have to win 4 or 5 games. Chelsea away is a guaranteed loss. Agreed. Kate says, I love Polinia and he can score, one of our better players. I agree. I just don't understand why he isn't starting. Binny saying, we have no depth, only depths. Yes. Agree with you there, Binny. Big up to you, Binny. Hope you're well, mate. Not seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Sammy saying, would love Xavi to score against Chelsea and for us to get a win or draw there. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? It really would. The Sporting Journey says you could bring Richie on, but we had used all our subs. We had used all our subs yesterday, which is why he couldn't come on. 46 likes now, guys. 4 more likes before I'm done. That would be fantastic. If you haven't liked, please smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. F. Sanksen said, morning, Nige. I'm still speechless as Danzo chose not to hoof the ball into row Z. Yeah, I'm with you, mate. Usually would. 9 times out of 10, he would, right? But one time he doesn't, and we get punished. We get punished. Kate says, points make prizes. Need to start picking up points to win. Absolutely, 100% we do. And we were so close to it yesterday. So close to it yesterday. Marcus says, working on way to Scotland. Safe drive, mate. Safe drive. Yeah, God, that's going to take you a while, isn't it? Bloody hell. Yeah, I mean, I like driving, but I don't know whether I'd fancy driving to Scotland. That is a long way to go. Marianne saying, Solanke is a waste of space. Well, I agree. Stu says you have to keep believing you can get the wins. I don't think it's over yet for Spurs. I don't think it is yet either. And Machina Joe saying Everton and City to batter Liverpool and Woolwich 3-0 each would be the perfect Sunday. I've got to be honest, that would be a pretty spot-on Sunday. And for Burnley to beat Forest. Beautiful hat-trick. I actually might put some money on that. Burnley, Everton, and City win. Get it now. Get in. The Sporting Journey says Solanke is too nice for a relegation battle. He is. He is. Ricky Villa saying, love your optimism, but after 46 years of supporting this lot, I have lost mine. Tottenham till I cry, but I can't see it. We'll be back, I'm sure of it. Absolutely. Yeah. Kate said, Nige, I heard they are selling Madison. I heard if we go down, really, I'd be gutted if we sold Madison. I really would. But we will see. We will see. Pete saying, decide to watch the Arsenal game on the shitter. Best place to be. Yes, absolutely. Machina Joe saying Chelsea YouTube was there saying that they're the new Spurs. Well, hopefully that means they go down next season, right? That would be nice. Guys, I'm just going through the chat of the people I haven't spoke to. Dave Jones said, do you believe that the owners are Spurs fan supporters like they say they are? Don't believe what comes out of their mouth yet. There's no way they're Spurs supporters. If they were, they'd be doing more, and they are not. Pete saying, right, have a good one, Nige. We'll see everyone over at Cooking the Show. Get the lights up, please, before you head over. Absolutely. I will be sending you over right now. Daniela says, it was those 2 quick goals at West Ham that killed Wolves off. Absolutely. And I'll finish with this. Aussie Anne saying relegation will kill the club. Millions in turn in revenue, and will be shattered overnight. Sponsors pulling out, players leaving. And the thought is bad. Spurs need to hear one of Ange's inspirational quotes. Well, we definitely need something, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Much love to each and every one of you. I'm going to send you over to the 2 Mark show now. Have a great Sunday. Let's hope for a City win. Let's hope for an Everton win. And let's hope for a Burnley win. Have a great day, guys. Have a great Sunday, whatever you're doing. And as always, come on, you Spurs.